So hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a problem on integration, and let's jump to the problem itself. So the problem says if integration from 0 to infinity cos x by x dx is equal to pi by 2, then integration from 0 to infinity cos cube x by x dx is equal to what? So like I always used to say in mathematics, that you need to know where you have to go, like what is the target, what you want to achieve, which expression you want to evaluate, and what tools do we have, like what formulas or what expressions do you have. Okay, so pause the video and give it a shot, then you can come back later and see the solution. So let's jump to the solution itself. So first we need to think of a formula or an identity which will relate cos x to this cos cube x, right? So one of the formula that is coming to my mind right now is cos 3x is equal to 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x, right? So as you can see clearly here that cos x is getting related to cos cube x. Okay, now let's divide this whole equation by x. Okay, we are trying to basically get it in the format of the question. So now if we integrate this whole equation from 0 to infinity like this, so here it would be 3 cos x by x, and here it would be integration this whole dx. Okay, and here also I will simply adjust a dx here. Okay, so now as we know that we can write this as integration, we would simply, okay, I have forgotten the limits here. To 0 to infinity it was constant, so 4 got out, cos cube x by x minus 3 would get out, 0 to infinity equals to. Now before you evaluate this to pi by 2, you need to keep one thing in mind. You need to keep one thing in my mind, that the faces are not the same. Like what? Like here it was integration from 0 to infinity cos x by x dx. It was x, not the 3x. Okay, so first we have to make the faces same. So let's first evaluate it here separately. The way I'm going to do it as 0 to infinity cos 3x. Let's just multiply numerator and denominator by 3. Now put 3x as t. Okay, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? So if you're going to do this, then we will simply get 0 to infinity cos t by t. And what will dx become, right? So if we, from here we can simply say that 3 times dx is equal to dt. So if we merge this 3 with this dx, so this would be dt. So it is just that integration from 0 to infinity cos t by t dt, and this is pi by 2. Why is this pi by 2? Because in the question it already said integration from 0 to infinity cos x by x dx is equal to pi by 2. Here it is just simply the change of the variable. We are just referencing it by some other name. And one more thing to note, that as we put x to 3x to t, so the limits, like x is 0 here, so t would also be 0. Okay, and x is infinity, then t would also be infinity. Okay, because 3 into infinity is itself an infinity, right? So this becomes pi by 2. And let's say that this expression we have to evaluate, right? In the question it was said that we have to evaluate this integration from 0 to infinity cos cube x by x dx, right? So let's call that as alpha. So this would simply be 4 alpha minus 3, and this is already pi by 2, right? So we simply get pi by 2 equals to 4 alpha minus 3 pi by 2. Take 3 pi by 2 here, that would become 4 pi by 2, right? 4 pi by 2. And then simply cancel this 4 and this 4, and alpha is equal to pi by 2. That is your answer. Thank you.